Stop. Keep on, I said it ain't gon' stop. It ain't gon' stop, it ain't gon' flop. Stop acting like we ain't so hot.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and I'm back with another video. This is Siege War for Cybertron, Jetfire. So there's a popular character. Let's check out the box a little bit. So the box is on par with Siege. It's a pretty big box, bigger than normal, because this is their new commander class. I believe it's in between Titan class and leader class. So they made a new class for this guy. Let's get the box up out of there. Yeah, they made a new class for him because they wanted him to be a little bigger than the other classes. Let me excuse the air. To be a little bigger than, which he should be, bigger than the other classes, but not as big as a Titan. So that's why they made the in between. Comes with a lot of accessories. Here's the book. It's pretty nice, easy to follow. He's not super hard to transform. He has all these accessories. He has his gun. I'll show that off later. And I'll show you how to get this real quick. Show how to. It's easy, but it's not easy. So, because there's all these points that you have to get in. There you go. It's like a tab. This is like a tab. Ultimately, I guess this is a drone, and they've been. If you got other Siege figures, they've been including. So it's kind of like keeps everything together. So it's a little drone thing. You can fly alongside of him if you don't have him armed up. So that's cool that they gave that. They have blast effects and either. No, you can't put it on here, but say you want to put them on here like this, and now you have everything. Everything's on there. So that's pretty dope. I like that. I like when the things can combine. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for that. So here's the actual figure. Now I'm gonna do a comparison between him and Fans Toys Phoenix. So I'm not going to talk about Phoenix, or I'm going to try not to talk about Phoenix as much as some people reference him when they're talking about this, because I will say one thing: it seems to borrow a lot of the engineering from Phoenix, but I don't know if that's just Hasbro saying, "Oh, well, let's take they like Phoenix, so let's incorporate," or if it's just the character. Like there's some characters where you can only do so much as far as transformation and changing the transformation. So I can say this is very good representation. And if you're in the Siege line, you'll be really happy if you're into collecting those. A lot of playability, a lot of gimmicks, and well, I guess they're only gimmicks if you don't use them. So just a lot of things you can do with this. These wings, show articulation. I'm starting off it comes in robot mode, so I'm starting off in plane mode, as I usually do. Start off the opposite. So these can move, of course, mostly for transformation, and they kind of lock back. So it's like a soft ratchet, but they're strong, very strong. And that's about it as far as movement. Then on the other side, you have these landing gear right here that can come out, and he has the landing gear right here as well. He does have a little hollowness in here, which is somewhat expected. I mean, Hasbro does cut some corners, but here's what it is. Also, you have the cockpit can open. You got to push this down to get it open, and it's like a Brain Master, or I think that's what they were called. And you can actually take him out and put in, or take his I guess brain out. Yeah, there you go. So it's just this, and I just have this so you can see. You can put it in there, or you can put him in there like this. So he's driving, and there you go. You have a driver. Let me put it down a little bit since dealing with the. So if you can see in there, he is driving now. So something you can do. Now if I can get him out of here. Also, this opens up as well. You want to lift this up. All right, I couldn't get this to stay. Now it won't come up. Of course, because I'm on camera. Oh, you should undo it right here first. They're like pegged in, so that could be the reason. Ooh. So once you lift this up, you have a seat, 2 seats back there. You can either put, all I got is Overlord's head from Titan's Return. So you can stick them in there like that. I don't know why I did that, because now it's going to have to take them out. Or you can seat them in there, and as you can see now he has some drivers back there. You can close this if you want on them, but display, just something you can do. I won't ever do it, but it can be done. There's a lot of playability with this guy, which I think is great for the collector that's in for these. So I sometimes have trouble with this, but it's not too bad. So now I'm going to arm them up like you basically just one of the configurations. This is the one I like the most that I do. So put the little blast effects on his engine, or his rockets, I should say. Take this, put these back here on the side. He has pegs all over, so I mean, really, you can put them anywhere. Back there. I'll leave this. Leave this together like this, because you fold these down and put this back here like this. Then these, he has these pegs right here. That you can kind of get out like this. Then there's a port. Put them there. And over here you have the other side, so throw this on there like this. And now he's armed up. And you can do this a bunch of ways. This is just the one way that I do it. I think you can put this like this. Nah. Good. And the guns, show the accessories. These guns can split apart, so you can have 2 guns, or they can go together and have his traditional 1 double barrel blaster. So the way that works is you split them apart. They had this handle that's kind of in the middle, and then you have this handle on this side that comes down. So then he can hold them both. But then you flip that handle down, you leave this handle up, and you put it together, and voila. There's this. Actually, you can leave these on if you want, but I won't. I'm gonna take them off until later. I get this part first, where these wings right here, you gotta kind of flex it to push it down and flip it. And I'll flip these like that. Then you can flip these. There's a peg that keeps them together. You can put this in. Same thing on the other side. Flip, peg, then I'll put them up. Both sides, put them up. Good. This kind of lift up and pull it forward. That's the way you get it out of those pegs right there. They peg into the back. Push it up. Stays like that. Get the legs together. This ain't a difficult transformation at all. Oh, I didn't show these either. I forgot to show the handles. Now he has handles right here and right here, which are for other transformers, which I only have right now, Titan's Return, Overlord, and there you go. You get the picture. Put these in so I don't break them. This often comes out too. It doesn't, it's a peg in there. I don't know if you can see it right there. That pegs into the side. It's not super tight, so. But you put these skirts back. Put the in like that. Then you kind of sideways cabana wars the leg. And the way you get these legs to stay is you flip this. This is pegged in right here. It's that port. That port and that peg. So then you flip it around, and there's a peg right. These two pegs go in the legs right here. Wait, you can't see that. So these two pegs go in that leg. These legs right here. So you flip it, get them in there. Make sure it's in there. Stays, the leg stays. Number two, it's in there good, leg stays. Then you wanna get these feet. Just flip them all the way out and then get this foot out. Same thing over here. Flip it out, foot. And now you have legs. So let's go up a little bit to the upper body. These are pegged in, but they don't peg in too well. But they're not super loose. So I just bring them up, get them out the way. So you can get these arms together. Make sure these, if sometimes transforming and you push these up, they're not supposed to be up. They're hip skirts. So these are pegged, the arms right here are pegged in the back area into the up, and they peg in really well for mine. So just gotta try to, plus it's a lot of, it's just naturally tight. So when you pull it out, push it down like this, and then you can put it all the way and just get it out. Now these arms are on a ratchet, but they don't, when the final, and I'll show you, I don't like that. It doesn't peg in anywhere, so, but I'll show you put what I mean. Put the landing gear up. This you can move up like this. Put this down like that, then fold all this. Now there's a mechanism here It's kind of cool. It's spring loaded, so it covers that. I wish they would use that type of stuff more, but his head goes in there and gets covered up. And then when you pull it out, automatically flips out to cover all that mess. So push it down. And you can put these in, these tab in right there and on the bottom to fill in that void. And you can't see that, so you can see what I did on this one. So I'll show on this one. It just tab in right here. And down here, it tabs to fill in that. And then these arms go, they're on ratchets. But this doesn't tab in nowhere. So when you're moving his arms sometimes, you see it goes out. But so you can get his arms like this. Just pull it. It's like on an accordion. I'll push that down a little bit. And you can accordion it out and get it situated. It's supposed to be. Pull this down. Accordion it out. Situate it, pull the fist out, push the handle in, and the fist peg's on right here. Make sure this handle is down. Same thing over here, out, handle down, handle in. And there you have Jetfire or Skyfire, like some people. I prefer Jetfire, so he's pretty big. One thing, he has an ankle. We can go through the articulation. So his head goes up and down about that far. It's on, it has like a flap that doesn't tab in anywhere, so you get a little bit of extra. And he spins all the way around, of course. Arms go all the way around. These wings can get in the way, but if necessary, you can get them around somewhat. Wings articulated, of course, mostly for transformation. Elbow. I guess you get it more than 90 degrees. It looks double jointed, but it is, but it's just so much stuff over here that it doesn't matter. But you can't get more than 90. Waist, I don't think there's a waist swivel, unless I'm missing something. Oh wait, okay, made me a liar. There is a waist swivel, so it's just really tight. And the backpack does hinder it, but you can get a little bit out of it. So I guess that's something. That's cool. I didn't know it was a waist swivel. You can get these skirts out of the way. You can do the splits. Not bad. As ratchets forward and backwards. Backpack does get in the way, so he ain't making it in the Olympics for hurdling anytime soon. Thigh swivel, knees about 90 degrees, I believe. Yeah, it's 90. Thigh swivel, I already said that. And he does have toe tilt and ankle tilt, and he has a rocker. Now this is really tight, it's pegged in. So in order to get the rocker, you gotta unpeg it, and it's a beast. And I don't want to break it because that's what I would try to avoid, breaking it. There you go. See that peg? That peg is really tight. I don't know why they would do that, but I guess it keeps it stable when it's not, when you're not using the rocker. Yeah, that's my fault right there. So yeah, he's pretty stable. Oh, the fist. I didn't go through the fist. So you got this. You get outside movement just from transformation, but nothing else. But I do like this little gimmick right here. Not really a gimmick because it's usable. When you open the hand, his port disappears. When you close the hand, port comes out, and now you can hold his gun. So I'll just show that off. So now he has his gun. Also, in his armament, he has an extra face to do the cartoon. Skyfire, Jetfire, like how they changed it in the beginning, just the toy, because it was a Robotech, I believe, or so. I always forget the history. I'll remember the history, but I forget the history. So, but you have this extra face, and you can just take that face off. In order to armor him, though, you have to take the face off, which that's the only thing I don't. That's one of the only things I don't like. You gotta take his face off, and then it's not all encompassed because it won't fit. So now I'm gonna arm him up. You just have these things right here, and it's yeah, outward. That's a gripe. Outward isn't the greatest, and it's gotten loose, more loose since I bought him. So he does do the splits, but that's the thing. So you want to take these things on his chest right here, little tabs that stay. So you pull that out. So those tabs are what goes into these two things right there. You just gotta try to line it up, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Especially behind the camera, it's not working. And these I didn't show either, that they can come apart. They have 3 pieces. So if you only want one, like say you want a little blast, you can get that, you can achieve that. If you want a little bigger one, just these 2, and all of them have the thing on the end, so you can just do what you want to stick it on. But let me arm them up how I like. Then I'll stick these in here to have him blast off, kind of. You can arm the legs with the guns. You can really do it any way you want. Doesn't have to be this, but this is basically what they show. Now these also come apart if you would like, but they ain't in focus at all. But can't get it in focus. But I don't care to take them apart. Easy way to get that out. And you can either do that or whatever you like. You can do it the other way. You can move the peg. You can have the peg like this, so it's sticking in the back, down. So then you have that going on. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a comparison of this and Phoenix. Probably my next video is gonna be that comparison. Just, you know, side by side, just showing differences. And I think this is a great toy. I don't know if it'll fit in my masterpiece, but that's I think that's some subjective. I'm gonna show you some. So this is Overlord of, and I don't know how big Overlord is supposed to be compared to Jetfire, but I do know he's supposed to be a lot bigger than, or I think he was bigger than Optimus Prime, or maybe normal Optimus Prime. And I don't know a whole bunch about that lore. I just like Overlord as a character. But so that's how he looks together with him. But let me show you some masterpiece, because for me, it doesn't fit. It's just aesthetic. It's not a bad figure though. It's not, actually I think this and Springer is probably the top 2 figures from retail Hasbro that I've gotten ever. So that'll tell you something about this figure to me. Here's Magic Square Prime, which is pretty much on point, and that can work. I think for me though, I actually like the stylings, all the, I guess, the battle damage, or I'm glad they don't have that paint, that battle damage paint. I think that's a great choice that they didn't have it on him, but all the molded details and things, I actually like that better than the plain. But I do think the plain of Phoenix goes better with Masterpiece, just because that's where most of the Masterpiece figures are in that vein, is in like more tune accurate. So, and this is supposed to be like a Cybertronian, even though it's basically his G1, his G1 mode. But that's why he has all the detailings, because it's just Cybertronian G1. But yeah, if you, I guess it's up to your sensibilities. I know scale is all over the place depending on when you saw the show, like whoever drew it that day, I guess whoever animated it that day. But I do think Jetfire should be way taller than Prime. So yeah, this has been Siege, Jetfire, and like I said, I think this is my favorite toy that Hasbro Retail has come out with in a long time. And like I said, one of the top, it's definitely top 5 figures ever, I believe, that Hasbro has came out with. The 30s has some great figures. They were IDW inspired though, so I don't know how that fits, but that Springer was probably the best representation of a character as it was supposed to be represented. Oh, thank you for rocking with me, and hit that like, subscribe, share. You know what's coming.
Hip hop, I feel, I gotta say, who am I, you might say, influence, and I spit better than most in this game, provoking thought with no